Hey everybody, it's the Coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one between the Buffalo Bills and the Los Angeles Rams. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. And a few short moments ago, running back Todd Gurley trying to fire up the Ram faithful here in Southern California as his guys get set to do battle with the Buffalo Bills. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Bills, they're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games.
And the offense, my goodness, over 50 points in the win last weekend. When you do that, you're not going to lose very many games, maybe not any games.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 20. Backer, and he'll bring this one back to the 29. I'm not sure exactly what they had planned for play number 1 from scrimmage, but I can guarantee it wasn't that interception.
No doubt about that one, because in their daydream, this was going to be a dream play to get things started. Instead, it turned into a nightmare for them.
You ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing today. 41's the mic.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. There defensively was John Johnson to knock it free. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Again, they'll throw with Allen. That's caught by Brown for a Bills touchdown. Antonio Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field.
Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game, it leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off and not the ha-ha. That was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
Tight ends left. Tight ends left. 4 down. 4 down.
From the gun on 3rd down. Goff. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's the first catch of the game for Kupp, and he's got a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the toss, it's Gurley. The numbers on the ground for Gurley last week. 14 carries, 55 yards.
Are we playing old school football now? We got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench and tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. The headshots here of the offensive unit, and what about Brandon Cooks?
If he's not a 1,000-yard receiver every year he's healthy in the league, I'll be surprised. Came out of college wanting to be a pro, studied all the best receivers in the NFL before he even got to the league.
Front, 180. Time to go, night. Double tight. 4 down. Check.
Now it's Goff off the bootleg. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And this passing game, this whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
And this will go for 5 up to the 33. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 10 carries, 68 yards.
And when I watch them operate, I see a unit that's playing with extreme confidence. Offensive line, tight ends, wide receivers. You see a group that wants their number 8 rusher in the league end up being in the top 5 before it's over.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Run coverage excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus, tackling the runner for a loss?
41's the mic. Check 41.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Looking left side, and it's complete. First catch for the NFL's leader in receiving yards at the midway point. It's a 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. JoJo Natson back deep for the Rams. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know. Shaq Lawson's one of those guys that after a while you quit just trying to define him by a position. Defensive end, outside linebacker, doesn't matter. He knows how to get upfield and spill some plays.
So disruptive. What makes him so disruptive?
I think it's strength. If you see his upper body, I mean, he's got some strength up there and some really good hands, but he's got some surprising quickness as well to get him upfield.
And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know.
Out of the gun, Goff. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter now from Los Angeles. It is the Rams in possession. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Fielded at the 43. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here are the Bills to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. 4 receivers now, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. 2nd down and 4. To throw, it's Allen. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a pickup of 17 on that one and a Bills 1st down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
He'll be stopped short of the 25. The nice move couldn't free him. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down now, Singletary. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. From the gun on 3rd down, Allen. Open man is Kroom, the tight end. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 13-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
41. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen. His pass caught at the 4. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Kareem Martin drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And we move to spotlighting Brandon Cooks. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times it's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
It's a run. They're running it. Check.
A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And got him in. It's Woods. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Here's Goff. Now that'll be caught by Kupp. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And they're trying to line up quickly here. Goff urging them on. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Goff. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop him with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. They go with Gurley on 1st down, but he goes nowhere. They bottle him up for a loss of a couple. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 2nd and 12, Goff. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Goff. And Woods has it complete. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Robert Woods scoring a touchdown against his former mates as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Sliding out of the pocket. And the grab by Croft. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Let go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Rabbit.
From the gun, it's Allen. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. And here's Allen to throw again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin our tour up at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, where it was the Browns who were winners in that one at home. Baker Mayfield leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we're off to check out another game, and they were winners in that one over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. 27-14, the final tally. Lastly, let's get you way up to Seattle, see what's happening with the Seahawks. And things didn't work out so well as they fall to the visiting New England Patriots. Tom Brady, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. In the game you're watching, it was Josh Allen who was on target in that first half. His guys lead, though by only a field goal. Still anybody's game. As we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This one taken from the 7. There he goes left side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A 93-yard kickoff return. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
And talk about taking words and bringing them to life. At halftime, I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talked about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
Now Hausch can attack on the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. Still one of the most exciting plays in football. The kick return shows why there. 93 yards on that return for 6. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but There are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. And Oliver gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Goff. He's going to dump it off to Gurley.
Right there, all day, baby.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
Watch that in. Watch that in. That is right.
They go right back to Singletary. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Goff, and he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he'll get this up only to about the 33.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
Again they run with Gurley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down L.A.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. On 1st down, gone. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep
trying to find Kupp, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Mike, 59, 59. Pick me up. Here we go.
A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
I'm scared.
They go play action here on first down. That's caught by Brown for a Bills touchdown.
Oh, yeah, that's the score, baby.
Antonio Brown, his second touchdown of the night. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Hauschka with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Back now in Los Angeles, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Goff now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Goff. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
Check by 46. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Now Goff on first down.
Let's go.
They'll find Everett there, complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now it's Goff off the bootleg. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. Todd Gurley standing by his lonesome in the backfield here, 2nd and goal.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Yeah, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me.
And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Robert Woods with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score.
4th and goal, and they found a way to throw it in the end zone for a touchdown.
And these defenses, they just like 3 downs, get off the field. But here they had to go 4, couldn't get it done.
A lot of the time, you're looking up and saying, okay, if I hold them for 3, at worst, I give up a field goal attempt. When they go for it, sometimes it really affects the defense because maybe they're not mentally prepared to go that 4th down.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a run with Singletary. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They'll give this to Singletary running right. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally marked down at the 23. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
All day, every day, any day. Check 26, check 26.
On the counter, this is Singletary. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. So Allen's going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Allen to throw. He gets it to Brown, complete. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Now Allen. Flush to his right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Nikel Roby-Coleman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Back to throw. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Goff hitting Woods for a Rams first. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Goff now to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Chris Jones in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. He gets it to Cooks. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete.
Last stop. Last stop.
So now it's 4th down and short, and whatever they do, run or pass it, they've got to pick up the first here.
Yeah, and you mentioned running it. That is still an option, but as you also said, they've got to do it quickly and get back to the line of scrimmage.
And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Buffalo, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they will head back home next week. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.